I'm no longer PPing. How much time do we have left on the ads? What do we got? Oh, they're done. Okay, let me drop in a little Discord notif and then we'll get into it. What have you been up to, dude? Just gonna stand there and watch me burn. Well, that's right, because I like the way it hurts. Just gonna stand there and hear me cry. Well, that's alright, because I love the way you lie. I love the way you lie. You big, is that Rihanna and Eminem? See, I'm a millennial. I know these things. I'm okay's, only okay. Full Metal Alchemist? Oh, yeah. I got a little Full Metal Alchemist opening and ending playlist going right now. I was just working on it while I was animating this week. I got quite a bit done on this, by the way, guys. So, like, we are not, like, fully... We're not... It's not done. Which OP is this? I think this is the second... I want to say it's either the outro or the opening. I think it's the outro. This playlist is in chronological order in the series, so... But yeah, it's looking good. We're getting there. I just gotta tie things down a little bit more. There's still some missing drawings, but the general motion and everything's working. And then I'll have to clean it up. I think he's definitely off model. I don't really care. I just don't really care. I think this model is more appealing anyways. So worst case scenario, I may just go back and change some stuff up on the previous stuff. But yeah, it's looking good so far. What's up, big dog? What up, Wise Art? How you doing? Wise Art? So hard to pronounce. What a wise whiz. Alright, we got a little tie down pass. I've been grinding at it for the past like week, so we got a lot more to do still, but it's the general motion's there. I'm liking the way it looks, and then we'll move on to cleaning it. But yeah, it's going well. It's going well. I'm happy with the way it's turning out, so. God, animation's such a fucking pain in the ass, though. Like, I don't think I could have done this live. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I could have done this live. I think something about like talking to chat while trying to think of like first order actions, secondary actions, and all that stuff is like just fucking breaks your brain, dude. You can call me Patrick. All right, Patrick. Can I call you Pat, or is that too informal? One of my close friends' name is Pat, so it's very interesting. I just call him Pat, but okay. I more or less did the arms. Like the arms are relatively done. It's just really the torso and everything else. Pat, you good first time being called that? Really? Pat's pretty common here. Most people in the West don't usually go by Patrick. They usually just go by Pat. And that's why I just always call my buddy. Just always call him Pat. Looking good. Me or the animation? Haha, just kidding. All right. So I'm trying to do a little bit of like a wave effect in the jacket here. I don't really know that I like how it's working. It's supposed to look chaotic and like windy, and I want the momentum to build up as he falls backwards, as the sort of speed accelerates and his body sort of like stretches out. But yeah, I don't know. We're gonna go off that. When we go to actually like clean it up, I'll change a lot of this stuff and just make it a little bit more appealing, I think. But I don't know. I'm saying generic stuff, but the animation I see. Speaking generic. Okay. I'm trying to find a drawing where I didn't actually complete the drawing. Okay, this guy's missing a foot, which implies to me that I kind of did it really fast. So let me play it through. Yeah, that's a little stiff. It feels a little stiff. Like it comes up like this and then pops back down. Like it sticks here almost. Like see how I'm putting my cursor here and it just sticks in that spot? No bueno. We don't want it sticking like that. If we're gonna bring a leg up, we bring the leg up, you know? Or lower it. And I'm trying to think of the motion here. So he's coming down, coming down. I think we lower it. Because the leg's gonna flow down anyways. So I think lowering it makes the most sense. I'm gonna put the pivot point on. Whoop! I'm gonna put the pivot point on the hip, and then just That looks fire. You gonna put sound on it? I can almost hear the super crazy fast wind sound passing the ears. I don't know, dude. I don't know anything about video editing at all. I'm gonna be honest with you. I want to definitely make it into like an Instagram reel. I don't know how to do that. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna show like a rough pass, then like a cleanup, or sorry, then like a tie down, then a cleanup, then with color, and I'll just make that into a reel just to make it last long enough. But that's sort of the idea. I think is what that's probably how I'll approach it. Okay, the leg is still looking weird here. So it drops down and then it feels like it pops. Yeah, it pops a little bit. But hey, man, if you have any video editing tips, let me know. I'll take them. I'll be your video editor. $5 for 2 videos. Really? That doesn't sound too bad, actually. Do you do video editing? That sounds pretty cost effective to me. Why so cheap? Okay, yeah. So these come down. I think this should come down. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this one dragging up a little bit just so it doesn't feel like it pops down as much. I'm trying to get rid of the choppiness in the leg right now. I love this song, dude. I got to make sure I'm watching the calf too. Leg kind of grows in volume a bit here. It's not the worst thing when it's super dynamic like that, but that is scary low. No, I'm bad at it, but I'm trying to learn to create my short film. Eventually, I'm gonna get there. Still in boards. Hell yeah, dude. Well, look, when you're done your boards, show me, man. I'm curious. I've seen your stuff. I think it's sick. So I think your boards would look pretty dope. But oh, shit, catting out in the sack today. What's up, Sack? What up, Verb? How you doing? I'm chilling, dog. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's an extra long weekend for me because in Canada on the 11th it's Remembrance Day, and so we don't have work that day. And so I took an extra day off on Monday so that I can get an extra long weekend. Okay. I think this could actually come down more. Yeah, it still kind of hooks on, sticks on that corner there. Better. Shape's a little odd. What does that day mean? If you're American, I guess that's like our Veterans Day. So it's basically like the day where we remember like soldiers and stuff like that. It's a day of remembrance for all the wars that Canada fought in. You guys have Veterans Day on the 11th also? No, 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 no. I'm just trying to get the volumes a little bit more accurate here. Yes. Okay. Well, same deal then. Feel like that would come in more. Thanks. Let's see how that goes. Gonna share some tests I've been doing to try to learn animation. Okay, dude. Well, look. If you ever need any advice or anything, let me know. I mean, I'm not like I'm not fucking Yutaka Nakamura or anything, but I know a thing or two. Okay, how's that looking? Does it stick? The beginning's good. Now the weird stick is on the like after that frame there. Let's see. Yeah, right here is where it pops. It sticks. That's the issue. It's just like the curve goes like this and then like this. I need it to be a little bit smoother. Stronger arc. And I think the way I'm going to do that is by bringing this foot back. Either up or back, actually. Where does it go after this? So if it goes back and then it goes up. Okay. I'm going to move it up a little bit sooner. I think it might still feel like it pops though. So we may need to bring it back. But we'll try, whoops, we'll try this. I mean, that's scary low. Yeah, it is a little bit. Was that a joke, by the way? I will pay you $5 to edit my video if you want that. Okay, that feels a little nicer. It still feels a little tight on the arc here. Like, you see how it goes like boom, 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 boom. It's too tight on that knee. Whatever. We'll see how it looks. My guess is gonna feel like it pops a little bit, but yeah, it feels a little poppy. Yeah, it feels like it pops a little bit. Okay, I gotta fix that arc. What did you want? I was half listening to your video. I want something a little like it's stupid. So I don't think it's a reasonable rate. My idea was basically because I've done this in layers, right? So my idea was basically layer one is like the rough, like very rough. It's only 4 seconds, and I'm trying to think how do I keep it like how do I make it longer, right? So I do a rough pass, or I show the full rough, then it transitions. So there's transition. We're talking complex here. Transition, and then it's gonna show the next scene, which is gonna be the tie down, which is kind of what we're doing now. And then it's going to transition again. I'm just going to put a little arrow. I'm not going to rewrite transition. Then it's going to the next one, which is going to be the clean line. And then transition again, and then color. And basically final. I don't think I'm going to do any compositioning or compositing. Maybe I will. I might just keep it to flats, though. So that's sort of the idea for the short that I'm going to do. It's basically 3 transitions and 3 scenes. Yeah, like a standard reel when it shows animation. Nothing crazy. Don't know what music to play. I don't really know. Jackmo, how you doing? Yeti, how you doing? Jadu, what up, big dog? Okay. I gotta fix this arc here. Yeah, so this still okay, yeah, this does need to lower. I'm just gonna lower it. Where did I have it before? It was like that. Okay, let me lower it even more. And then I think the solution actually, you know what? I'm gonna lower it just from the knee. Oops. Pivot like that. Okay. Now that feels a little smoother. It still feels no bueno. And I think it's because this knee grows too much. Horrible combination of words. Some popular anime meme music. Uh maybe. I feel like that's too generic. I feel like that's too generic. I don't really know. I'd have to think about it. If you make the animation files available, I'd like to try compositing in DaVinci Resolve. Sure, dude. I'll send you the fucking clip file. I don't care. Go crazy. Do whatever you want. Nice 11.9 incher. Yeah. It's definitely growing too much here. Let me pull this in. Oops. Now let's see this arc. That. Better. I still feel like this might feel choppy. Let's see. Let's just play it through. Where does it pop? It's hard to tell. I think it's definitely feeling better. It's still a little hard to tell. I think the leg needs to sort of not be as stiff. 10 streams straight. Damn, dog. Addicted. I'm getting less time to watch streams. My brother and sister-in-law got a divorce, and now me and my parents are taking care of the 3 kids. Shit, dude. Damn. You got unk status. The thing is, when it comes to reels or shorts, usually people put a trending sound equal more views. You can always just choose your own, though, to stay true to yourself. I could do something trending. I just don't know if I want to go, like, full anime. Maybe, actually. It's not a bad idea. It is pretty, like, safe and generic. So it might be a pretty good move. Oh my god, Mr. Goat live? What up, Duck Cuck? I've been live, dude. What do you mean? Okay, that goes like that. That goes like that. See, I think this leg should actually come out more. Is that gonna feel weird if I do that? That's a really thick leg. That's way too thick. Do you ever do EU friendly streams? Probably not, because I always stream at the same. I always have the same schedule. So I stream at 12 p.m. EST on Saturday and Sunday, which is probably the most EU friendly, I think. Because you can usually catch the end or the beginning depending on what time you go to bed or wake up. 5:30 p.m. EST is kind of whack though, because I think you guys are 6 hours ahead, roughly. So it's probably close to midnight for you right now, or getting there in like an hour or two. But the 12 p.m. streams, you should be able to catch them because it's only like dinner time. I want this to be a little thinner here. I don't know if bringing this leg out is a good idea, guys. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to make sure this matches the other foot. Kind of. Good enough. Yeah, let's see how that plays out. I actually think I like that more. It's a little like spinny. It's a little weird. I don't. It's like chaotic though. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Because the other one just kind of feels stiff. This just honestly, I think if I had one more in between for that leg to transition position, actually, or this one doesn't just fucking lock in instantly, it like eases in. I think it'll look nice. Let's try that. Where do I want it? Okay, it's right there now. I don't want it to be like exactly there. Unless I bring it out more and make it more extreme. Experimenting. What to do, what to do, what to do. If it's like this, whatever. Let's try bringing it out first. See if we can get away with it. I don't know if it's going to work, but fuck it. Does that feel like it? Same volume. A little bit of a volume difference, but that's okay because it's coming out, so you're seeing more of the leg. And maybe bring it up a little bit. I don't want that to grow too much. Now, the issue is this is going to pop back really hard. So I kind of need like an in-between here as it goes into this position. So this is going to be my in-between. So we're just going to try this out. We're going to actually literally in-between it. What am I doing? I'm going to my onion skin. I just don't want to see as many drawings. I got too many drawings on screen right now. Okay, so we want this to be roughly... the hips come forward quite a bit off the last drawing, and then they pop back quite a bit. So right now, let's do it. I don't want to stick, so we'll do something like this. Get rid of the onion skin. That's all I needed. Now that should be a little bit smoother. The only concern I have now is it feels like the legs are kind of twinning a little bit. Are they? This one's coming out. They just match for like a frame. It's not terrible. Not terrible. I won't lie, the in-law was essential for that message. Yeah. Sleep doesn't exist. Not if you're a goat, dude. I'm just kidding. Get your sleep, guys. I sleep as best as I can, okay? And I think you all should too. I think the trick to being a good artist, guys, is to have good habits. So if your goal is to be a good artist, sleep. Okay? Don't be like your friends playing fucking Minecraft, watching Has Been Hotel on Discord. Be better, okay? You're better than them. You're a cat snack viewer. You're the best. This foot is growing too much. I can already tell there's volume issues here. Yeah, we're growing in size. We're getting too much volume here on the foot. Let me tone that down a bit. Okay, it's growing too much vertically now for the perspective. It's not working. Let's bring it up. Okay, let's see how that looks. Still kind of feel like a little pop there. You can watch shows on Discord. Yeah, if you have Nitro, you can like screen share, I think. I don't know if you could do it with like Netflix, but you could certainly do it in general. Yeah, we definitely got like a weird motion here going on. That comes in, that comes in. That it's this one that reads really fucking weird. Yeah, because it pops out and then pops back in. I think I'm gonna tone down the pop and I'm gonna have the leg drag a little bit. So what do we got here? I don't mind that it goes out a little bit. I just don't want it to go out as fast. And it also loses a lot of volume. So let's give it some volume here. This knee needs to be a little longer. This I think we're gonna take and we're gonna shift inwards. Pivot point here. This also needs to be longer. We're just gonna shift this whole thing over. And we're gonna shrink this in because it's too wide. I'm just trying to match the leg I had before. Boom, 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 boom. What up, Slayana? How you doing, big dog? Welcome in, welcome in. Oh, I see. I see. That's why the leg comes back. It wasn't actually smaller. It's that the hips shift back. Yeah, okay. It still feels weird here, but are you doing the tie down now? Yeah, pretty much. So I'll show you like I mean I've seen you've seen the rough, right? Like I'm going off of it's very light opacity right now, but I've got sort of this outline here and this layer here is the tie down layer. So this is like the initial rough and then this at the start of this week I went through Hi, I'm good. How about you? Oh, I'm excellent today, dude. I don't know why. I've been sleeping really great and feeling fantastic after work, which is rare for me. So I don't know. So this was the original like rough, and then what I did was I went in and I was like, I should probably just do the arms on a different layer because I'm worried if I do everything at once, it's going to be very chaotic. So this was the initial like rough, right? The very rough, Pat. And then from there, what I did is I just reduced the opacity on that. Um, I should probably find a frame where I could see my actual thing. I just reduced the opacity down really low. I think I dropped it to like 6%. And then from there, I just did like an arm layer. And I went in and I added the arms. Where the fuck are the arms? Yeah, I did the arms. They're very low opacity right now just because I wanted to be able to see the torso. But I just kind of went in and I tried to plan out the arms first. And then after that, I added the head and then I added the torso and legs, kind of all on one layer because I was like, fuck it, I don't want to have a bazillion layers. I'll just take the risk. I figured if I did the torso and the head as a separate unit, I could do the legs secondary and just match them up to wherever the position of the torso is. So long as my torso was on model, I was pretty sure that my hip alignment would work, right? So as long as I knew that like my torso moved the way I wanted it to, then I could probably get the legs to move the way I wanted it to. And so that's how I built it out. Um, so that's the arms, and then the final thing was the head and torso or body. And that's sort of it right now. Yeah, man, that's crazy. Seems like a lot of time. Never went past roughs. Yeah, I mean, I will say, like, I'm putting a lot of effort into this because I'm trying to build out a portfolio right now. I want to start getting back into working in the animation industry, doing gig work, which tragically, guys, might mean that I might have to pull off streaming if that happens. But just know I'm in a better place. Okay, I'm not dead, and I'm not in prison. But if I go on hiatus, it's probably because I picked up like an 8-month contract or something like that. So if I ever disappear, just know I'm not dead. I'm just being overworked. And so that's sort of where I'm at now. And then after that, I'm going to do a cleanup. I'm going to try and make things a little bit more appealing. I'm going to think a lot more about sort of. I'll probably think a bit more about Model. I don't know how much I'm going to change him. I think he feels like kind of fine, but that would hurt my soul if I disappeared. Yeah, that's life though, you know? Streaming's not forever. It can't be. I fucking make no money off of it, you know? I gotta chase that paper, you know? Gotta chase that moolah, that dollar bill. Get the cream, you know? That's life. What are you gonna do? But if I ever did come back, which I say if, I would definitely come back. It would just be a lot more sporadic. This is all hypothetical, of course, because I have no job right now. Well, I have a job. I don't have an animation job. I have my normal 40 hours a week that I work. But the thing is, I just don't think I could do 80 hours a week and have a fucking and stream. It's just not realistic. And because I'm not allowed to work on NDA content on stream, I'd have to stop streaming. Like something's got to give, you know? I legitimately have significantly improved because you took so much time to do critiques. Hmm. Okay, well, I'm not going away anytime soon. It's probably gonna take me a solid 5 to 6 months to put a portfolio together, you know, because the scenes I'm doing right now, they're pretty intensive, and so I wanna like the next one I want to do is I want to do a sword fighting sequence. I don't know. I've never choreographed a fight before with two people, so that's gonna be very challenging. I don't really know how to approach it. Stuff like this with one character is fine. Two characters interacting, that's a whole other thing because you got to think of reaction timing. You got to think of like dynamics of like people like moving not too much while the other one's like you don't want to overdo it, right? You don't want to have a guy who's you don't have both guys punching really aggressively because it's distracting. You want to have one punch, then one react to the punch. Then that person can punch, then they react to the punch, and vice versa. So it's a whole choreography, and it's really difficult. If you want, in my opinion, one of the best sword fights ever animated, in my opinion, of course, is probably the last battle from Sword of the Stranger. I think that's probably one of the best fights ever animated with swords. With swords. Let me link it up. This to me, I think, is probably one of the best sword fight choreographies ever. Yutaka Nakamura knocked it out of the park. And this is like the type of work I really like of his. This fight of his and the one where Ed fights Greed in, I want to say either Brotherhood or the original. I can't remember, but like those two fights are probably some of his best animation, easily. Fat Wombat, how you doing, big dog? I see Vi's online. I'll probably raid into there when we're done. You can let her know, assuming she's not gonna be going to bed. But I don't think I'm gonna be streaming. She's on for 12 hours, Fat Wombat. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to compete with that. If you were an amazing something that was relatively still like a person breathing heavily, would you animate that on threes? I'm working on something small just as a practice, and it's subtle movement, which I'm not particularly good at. I'll give you a reference. It's kind of porn, Jadu, but there's this guy on Twitter called The Insanium who does animations of girls breathing with their tits out, but it's very, very, very realistic. I would study his work, like take notes, write down like, look, is it on threes? Is it on twos? Is it on ones? What's the spacing like? Right? Spacing meaning if you've got one drawing that ends here. Fuck. I gotta make this bigger. If you got one. Why is it so weird? Oh, it's because I'm on a opacity layer. If you've got like a drawing that ends like here, let's say, how far is the next drawing from that one? Is it here? Is it over here? Right? Is it over here? How far is that movement? Okay? Spacing is big. Spacing is big and timing, honestly, I feel like spacing is more important than timing. So when you're thinking of like should it be on threes or whatever, I don't know. Timing and spacing kind of go hand in hand. They're kind of the same thing to a degree. Spacing is the space between one drawing and the next drawing, right? So like this, like if you're tracking the space, you would just pick an arbitrary point on the drawing, say this, and then this, right? Or you can look at the eyes wouldn't be a good idea. Head would be a good position, like cheekbone or something, and then track that distance. And then you can put it on threes or fours or twos or whatever you feel. If it feels like you need more movement or it feels like it's too fast and you can't read it, maybe add another in between there, right? That's sort of how I think about it. I've seen some of their posts. It's legitimately dumbfounding. Yeah, the Insanium is correct. They do everything on TV Paint too, which I did not like TV Paint when I used it, but yeah, if you want good breathing reference, I would heavily recommend the Insanium. They just do like really really good subtlety. I'm trying to like find a specific example of theirs where they have a character breathing. I don't know. Anyways, you can explore, you can figure it out. But that's what I would say. Shireen, how you doing? Great fight. Do you have any fist fight ref? Uh I really really like the fight between Ed and Greed. It's not really fist fight because they kind of have like pseudo powers. I'm trying to think of a good like fist fight. Trying to think of a good fist fight. Naruto. Anything from Naruto. Check out. I'll give you his name. Norio Matsumoto. Norio Matsumoto is fantastic at fist fighting choreography. He basically he put Naruto on the map. Like the reason like the OG Naruto was so hype was just because Norio Matsumoto was just so fucking cracked. You can find compilations of his work, I'm trying to think of a specific fight. The Sasuke versus Itachi fight, or sorry, Sasuke versus Orochimaru from part one is really fucking well done. It's probably like one of the best like hand to hand combat. That final battle between Naruto and Sasuke is really really good too. It's all Norio Matsumoto, so it's like very very nice stuff. It's a little stylistic, but I dig it. Oh, the one with the broken neck meme. Yeah, 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 exactly. People talk shit about it all they want, but that is like fucking peak animation. Having wacky poses in animation is like normal, you know? Oh shit, put his name on YouTube and every title there's something like genius god tier. Yeah, I mean it's all subjective. Some people might not like it. I think he's fucking fantastic. Yutaka Nakamura is another one who does really, really nice stylized like hand to hand. Yutaka Nakamura is also he's basically considered the GOAT. If you've ever seen if you've ever seen like explosions in anime and then a bunch of cubes come flying out, he basically popularized that. He did a lot of the earlier animation for Cowboy Bebop. Some of it is really fantastic. Um, yeah, he's great. You didn't get the notification, Shireen. What? Is it not on the Discord? I thought I put it in there. You could also check out. I don't know if he like Spencer Wan. Spencer Wan, in my opinion, probably does. He has the best animation weight of any animator. I think, in my opinion, Spencer Wan has the most. He makes weight feel so good. He's like the best at doing like nice feeling weight. I don't know how to explain it. That's just like that's the best way I put it. Like it's a lot smoother. It's almost like a mix between Western and Eastern animation. Not quite like Disney, but not quite like anime. It's like somewhere in the middle, but it's got like a really really nice feel to it. His opening for Castlevania is also just fucking god tier. The Utapon cubes are a classic. Yeah, exactly. Okay, what was I fixing again? Trying to fix the fucking knee pop. Oh yeah, there it is. I see it. Right. Thank you for the refs. Gonna check these out. Yeah, what you can also do, Pat, is if you go to Sakuga Boru, let's say you find an animator you really like or a scene you really like from an anime, and if you go to Sakuga Boru, it's a website. Okay, this website will break down the scene. It'll tell you who animated it in the industry, and it'll let you toggle through the scene frame by frame, and it'll let you analyze it like really really well. So that's another great resource for animators is Sakugaboro if ever you need to study something. Bear with me, I'm typing up all these names so that I can into YouTube just slap me on a playlist so I can change my algorithm. Go for it, dude. I can give you some more. God, what I can't remember his first name. It's you. His last name's Yuasa. Masaaki Yuasa is also fantastic. Masaaki Yuasa is another one. He's also really good. I really like his stuff. He does like a lot more like stylized stuff, but Waylon Zhang, obviously, fucking huge classic, dude. Waylon Zhang. Not wrong though. Not wrong about what? Cool animation. Thank you. Yeah, I gotta figure. Okay, I'm just gonna stop. I'm gonna stop it from even like popping out. I'm just gonna keep it on a smooth arc. It feels like lame, but I can't get it to not feel like it's popping. Like it looks like his hip's dislocating, so I want to fix that. I don't want it to feel like it sticks too much. There we go. We'll just bring it in a little bit. This should feel better. Yeah, that feels a lot nicer. That feels a lot nicer. You can really feel like the wind picking him up. That's sort of what I was trying to go for. And then hopefully one day, when some little Twitch streamer out there one day wants to learn how to animate, they'll be like, "Who do you recommend?" And then they'll be like, "Cat Snack. Go check out Cat Snack compilations." But for now, we're just gonna keep it small and humble here on Twitch with my 13 viewers, my dying channel, as we explore the animation world. Okay, let's get this sticking out a little bit more. Dun, dun, dun. Something like that. How does that feel? Where's the leg going? It feels like it sticks here. I don't know if I like that. I gotta decide whether it's coming out or in, because the next few frames are pretty up to me. It comes out, it looks like. So let's have it go in first. So I'm gonna bring this in a little bit more, and then from there we'll pop it back out. Oh, we doing hell animation now? That's sick, dude. Yeah, all we're doing is animating. This is gonna be a year of animation. The illustration fall from grace. How you doing, Allie? Been a minute. Did you end up dating everybody? In that video game, of course. I'm alive-ish. I like that. I like you living. This could come in more. How's stream going? Let's bring this in a little bit more, I think. It has been a minute. Nah, I crashed out after getting my faves to hate me and then accidentally saving over the file. Oh, fuck. No! This feels like it's twinning a little bit. How have you been, dude? I've been good. I've been good. I'm just on a different quest these days. Work's been, working or whatever. Still don't like my job, but that's life. What are you gonna do? I gotta I got things to pay. I feel like I complain so much about my job, guys. It's insane. It's like the number one thing I do in like every conversation. And I feel like I'm becoming that guy, you know? I don't know if I want to be that guy. I gotta like stop myself from complaining about work. It's just so boring. It's not even like stress. Well, it can be. It's not even that like bad. Like my boss doesn't fucking like smack me in the face the second I go into work. It's just having worked in animation and then working in like a corporate environment. It's just so boring. It's just a snooze fest. That's all. This needs to be longer. Bro, no, I feel that because I hate my job. Yeah. Do you say what your job is? Is it public? You can privately hate your job too. It's okay. I do it. My company just bought up and I'm suffering even more than usual. Oh, shit, dude. I'm not supposed to, but let's just say if you Google them, they're recently bought for 55 million. Won't be 55 billion. Won't be hard to find out which one it is. Well, now I'm gonna look it up. I won't say it, but I will look it up. 55 billion dollars. Ah, I see. Well, at least you're employed. To being employed. Cheers. Will you drop a link in chat for everyone who's too lazy to Google? No, no, I can't be doxing. I can only go as far as she'll let me. Okay, let's take a look at this, see how that feels. Feels a little even. That's sort of my problem right now, is it feels like both of the legs are doing the exact same thing. Feels just twinning. It's too like very it's very like twinny. I don't like the way it twins. Ugh. But then that means I have to make it pop out. Being employed is a privilege now? Kind of, dude. It kind of feels that way. I don't like the way that twins, dude. I really don't like that. I'll only go as far as she'll let me. Master of consent. That's right. Quote it, baby. Oh, where are my glasses at? There they are. Guys, I need a little sippy poo of water. BRB. Actually, when are the ads up? Maybe I'll just run them now while I go sip on some water in 12 minutes. That feels cruel to run another ad. Whatever. I'll leave it. BRB, guys. Give me a minute. The one thing that's nice about living in Canada is that in the wintertime, the pipes start to get really cold and freeze. And what happens is whenever you grab water out of your fountain or your faucet or whatever, your fountain. I don't have a water fountain in my apartment, but out of my faucet, it's like ice cold, dude. It's so sick. I fucking love it. Also, Zwackle Booby. Thank you for the follow, Zwackle. Thank you for the follow, Zwackle. And thank you for the 10 stream straight, Jadu. I'm just looking at my activity feed right now. Very nice. Impressive, even. I've got 100% stream streak right now with myself, believe it or not. Hey, how you guys doing? Not too bad. Not too bad. Imagine being in a part of Canada that's cold. Yeah, the good part. The east side, baby. East side. You can't see my face, but I'm doing the Shaka bro right now. I was just on the East Coast, actually. Wow, and you didn't come say hi to Snack? Fucked up. Y'all had nicer weather than I do. Yeah, that lasted about a week, and now it's fucked. Now it's nightmarish. Zwackle Booby. I fucking love your name, dude. I just want to say that over and over. If I just keep saying Zwackle Booby, just no, I'm not talking to you. I just like the way it sounds. I assumed everything north of the American border was solid ice. Only as of like last week. It hasn't snowed yet. It's just cold as tits. Actually, I knew a guy who was like a hardcore drug addict. This sounds way more tragic, but it's a funny story, I promise. Okay, and this guy, he always kept saying "cold as tits," and I feel like I say it all the time now, even though it doesn't really make sense. And I asked him one day. This was back when I did drugs. Okay, and we were both really high, and I'm like, "Why do you? What does cold as tits mean?" And he's like, "Well." He's like, Snack, if I was a pair of tits and no one was holding me, I'd be so cold. I was like, all right, fair enough, man. Anyways, that guy used to put his finger in his butt and then make me smell it. So he's not the fucking beacon of morality, and I wouldn't base my life decisions off of his. But it was an interesting little philosophy take. What in the world? It's called a stinky pinky. I don't know if it's like a Canadian classic or something, but it's something that idiots do to each other. Those are certainly sentences. Oh yeah. I forget how to turn my glasses on, dude. I swear I've been pushing the right button for like 10 minutes now. No, no, it isn't. Don't even try to call that a Canadian classic. It's like the fucking the Thousand Years of Death or whatever that the Japanese people do to each other. I can't remember what it's called. Is it Conchu or whatever? Where they stick their fingers up each other's asses with two fingers, anime style. You know what I'm talking about? I'm 90% sure Naruto made that up. No, they did not. I promise you they did not. Young men have been doing stuff like this to each other since the dawn of time, okay? When we were in middle school, we would do this thing called credit carding. And it's when it was during badminton class, we would all run around chasing each other, trying to swipe our badminton racket in between each other's butt cheeks. It's totally like a thing that would get me in prison as an adult, but okay. But as like a 12-year-old, it just seemed like a fun game with all the fellas. Anyways, I'm gonna stop talking before I go to prison, but the kids do the darndest things. They do actually do that. Thank you. Thank you. I feel validated. Nothing more straight than a bunch of straight guys doing gay shit. I mean, that's just yeah, boys being boys. Exactly, dude. I will say, having played hockey like my entire life, there's nothing gayer than a hockey player. Okay, even like the gayest man at an LGBT rally, okay, is nowhere near as gay as a straight heterosexual white male hockey player. Easily the gayest class of man there is. You would be a hockey player. Well, you know, you know, we'd be doing it. We'd be shooting pucks and things. I used to teach in Japan, and they loved to touch each other's butts for a reason I could not explain. Yeah, cultural differences. Wrestling. Am I a joke to you? No, no, no. Sid, hockey gayness and wrestling gayness are different things. wrestlers look gay because they wear like basically like full body like onesies. Okay, they wear like fucking rompers essentially, like skin tight rompers minus the dress part. But hockey players like are incredibly homoerotic. It's like on another level. Educate me? Okay, I this never happened to me. This is something I heard of through the hockey grapevine. But there was this team that I knew of that a buddy of mine played on, and he said what they would do for rookie initiations. This is totally illegal, by the way. So just be for clarity. This is something I heard of. I don't know if it happened. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. Do I just have to paste a link in the song request thingy? Yeah, that's what you do. You just drop a Spotify link though. It won't work with YouTube or anything else. So back in the day, this allegedly this hockey team, what they would do for rookie initiations is they would get the rookies to take their pants off at like a house party, and then they would make them put a pickle in their ass and climb up a flight of stairs. And every single time the pickle came out of their ass, they'd have to take a bite out of it. Now, I don't know if this is true. This is just something I heard. I've never been in the room. I've never made anybody do this, okay? This isn't a self-report. This is just something I've heard. All right? It happens. It happens sometimes. And I mean, in general, hockey guys just call each other babe. That I did a lot. Like I just every time I go up to my boys, I'd be like, "Yo, what up, babe? How's it going, cutie? Oh, you looking fucking nice today, dude? Damn." You know? This feels like a frat thing. A lot of crossover. 100% a lot of crossover. Because a lot of hockey players in the offseason go golfing. I was never one of those. I was just a middle class hockey player, okay? We weren't upper class, but I just gagged. Yeah, you wouldn't make the cut, Kasi. The naked person takes a bite or other members take the bite. No, the guy, the rookie with the pickle in his ass takes a bite. The goal is to get up the stairs without dropping the pickle. But if you drop the pickle, you bite it. Every time. I won't lie, I'd like to be called babe every now and then by the boys. It's affirming. That's probably a possibility for a lot of guys. I might be sick just thinking about this. I'm glad I could impose my adolescent trauma on all of you guys, so you're welcome. Now we share in this, okay? We're basically like soldiers coming back from war together. We've got a bond that'll last a lifetime. I'm just saying. Anyways, I'm yapping too much. I really don't like how this goes. I really think this should. Whatever, dude. Whatever, dude. All right. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get this to hook up to the other point. I came here to distract, and I'm doing a good job. You're welcome. I don't know. Sounds like a kink thing. I mean, there's a lot of other gay stuff just that I'm sure has happened, but I don't know. Hockey players are gay. What can I say, dude? They get crazy with it. Okay. Now I gotta figure out these legs. So how's your day going, everybody? What have you been up to? You excited for the weekend? I know I am. Dude, this sounds like Black Paper Moon. This sounds like Paper Moon. Oh, it is Paper Moon. Yeah, I'm so stupid. I was like, this sounds like an alternate version of Paper Moon, but it's just Paper Moon. I feel like I've listened to this song like a bazillion times. I don't know why I just had like that brain fart there. Animating some breathing, nice. It was okay, but now knowing that it's average, average to me feels like better than okay. Okay feels like below average. So what you're saying is I elevated your mood. You're welcome. No. Uh-huh. Sure, whatever, dude. Oh, wow. The knee comes way back, eh? Shit. Like, way back. Like, I need it to come, like, to here-ish, roughly. Even this is, like, way too much. Okay. Trying to figure out a pose. Okay, we got some artists. We got some people drawing. This needs to be a little bit more foreshortened. Just gonna be a little tough. Does that read as foreshortened? Kind of, yeah. It does. It does. His crotch is like way too forward though. We gotta move that back. I always feel like Snack's the kind of person that I'll never get to have a conversation with IRL. I mean, even if we somehow cross paths IRL, why do you? What do you mean? What are you saying? You think I'm a lunatic? I'm not just gonna like scream and the drool and rage out in public or in private, I should say. But I'm making a storyboard or something like that. Oh hell yeah, dude! Damn, we got a little animator. Don't tell an FT, dude. He's gonna be bugging you all the time for collabs. This knee could be way higher. Mm. I feel like this. I'm widening the hips a little too much here, I think. Let's check the volumes here. No, not like that. It's just you won't talk to me, and I won't know what to say to you either. What are you talking about? Why would I not? Look, I don't have any issues. I'll talk to anybody, dude. How long have you been working on this so far? Too long, dude. I think probably 3.5 weeks, almost a month, probably. Teddy07 over on YouTube says, Hi. Hey, Teddy. Dude, you're like my first YouTube chatter ever. Would you believe that, Teddy? Well, not ever, but you're my first YouTube chatter in a while, okay? You're kind of special to me, Teddy. I'm just saying, nobody can see your messages, by the way, Ted. I'm going to call you Ted because we're close like that, but just know that you're special to me, all right, Ted? You liar. Well, I didn't say ever, ever. Just like in a while. I've been starved of YouTube attention. And now I'm not seeing any more messages. Maybe Ted left me. How long have you been working on this? About a month. Yeah. So I mean, this is only a scene though. Zwacko Booby. We got two other scenes that I've like one of them that I've cleaned up already. That I actually don't know that I fully like. That I might change later on. But like we got the run shot and then the curve and then the jump. Right. I gotta fix the curve because I don't like the way the arms are moving. It's not very appealing to me. But this is sort of where we're at right now. My impatient ass could never. Yeah, I will say the patience of completing an animation is a skill that you need to train. It's fully trainable though. Like the hard commitment to actually getting shit done is it's a thing you can train, okay? So don't stress about it. It took me so long to be able to finish a draw. Like I still don't finish my own drawings. That's just life. But now I'm doing the third sequence because to me it's the hardest one. So I just kind of want to get it out of the way. What the fuck? I just got gifted a sub to Emaru. I don't think I've ever watched Emaru in my life. Whatever. We take those. You can be sure I'm the one nagging him about animating since both of us use OpenTunes. Oh, based. I haven't asked him something though. It doesn't feel like 3 weeks though. I think it's been 3 weeks. I'm trying to think. I think I could probably go through my VODs and like pinpoint the exact day we started like working on it, you know? Because I think VODs saved for a while. Let's go to my channel and see how long we've been working on this. View all videos. Damn, what the fuck? Why do my freaking YouTube videos get so many views, or my Twitch VODs get so many views? I didn't realize that ever. Past broadcasts, all videos. What do we got? 9 months ago. Huh. I don't know why it's not showing anything beyond 11 days. Maybe it just keeps 2 weeks. My YouTube videos should keep more though, but only sculpting and drawing for me? Oh, hell yeah, dude. Well, look, we draw too. This year is definitely like the year of animation for me though, so I'm pivoting. We'll probably go back to drawing next year, but this year we're just going to be doing a lot of animation. And we're going to sprinkle some drawing in between, but it's mostly while I work out roughs in my own time to come back to animation. I'm really trying to level it up for myself. It keeps 2 weeks? Whack. Well, my YouTube clips, my YouTube videos probably have all of them. Let me see. Let me go to my channel. I don't think YouTube deletes your videos. Snack, do you watch your own stream recordings? Absolutely not. No, I do not. I mean, sometimes I've gone through to like clip like or not clip, but like catch a certain thing or something for like my drawing. Because sometimes I do a change to a drawing, and I'm like, fuck, I don't know what it looked like before I changed it, and I think it might look better before. So I'll go into my VOD, and I'll take a look at it there, and basically tweak it from there. But what was I doing? Like right now, I'm watching my VODs just to see when was the last time when I animated on stream. Maybe I've actually only been working on this for 2 weeks. Streamed 3 weeks ago. Yeah, looks like I started it 3 weeks ago. Yeah. Roughly 3 weeks ago. Oops. Oh, shit. Dang, and I'm just as unemployed as I was 3 weeks ago. That's rough, dude. That's life, though, you know. You'll find something. I believe in you. Okay. Okay. It feels like there's some good, like, foreshortening there. It feels like the leg pulls in appropriately. It's not too much. I think it works. It's working. Unemployment, my beloved. Guys, I wish I was unemployed, but I wish I had a salary. Does that make sense? I think I just wish I was retired. Yeah, okay. There is an issue here. It's something I'm going to try and fix later. It's not something I'm going to fix now. You'll see it, though, here. So this leg comes out here. I got to get rid of my onion skin so you can see. This leg comes out, which is good. Okay? Then this leg comes out. But this leg stays out. So now they're twinning. Twinning in animation is not good. You don't want, like, symmetry like this. And it's really driving me nuts, okay? And then they both flow in the same direction. So the twinning continues. And so what I kind of want to do is as this leg comes back. I don't really know. I want to fix this because I just don't like it. I need the legs to come in though, because then when I do my big motion where they kick out, like it's gonna read stronger. So that's why I want them to come in, but I don't want them to come in at the exact same moment just because it feels too stiff. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. It doesn't twin too hard, so it's not the worst thing in the world, but it does bother me a little bit. I feel like I could have it linger out more. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have it linger out just a little bit more. This is really like I'm looking for the 1% improvement. This is totally overkill, guys. If you're doing an animation, you don't have to worry about this. You know what? Fuck it. I'll worry about it later. I'll worry about it later. I'm just gonna keep working on this. There's no point stressing about it. Okay, right now we've got some form issues. Really interesting to watch your process. My process is kind of like schizophrenic, dude. I kind of just jump all over the place, chase different voices in my head telling me to do different things, and then hopefully by the end of it, I come to the right result. But it's very chaotic, and I would not recommend it for some sort of like professional pipeline. Granted, all of this feels like it's kind of random, but I also have a template, right? I don't know if you were here earlier when I was showing like the rough. Like this is not what it looked like originally. Originally it looked just like this, with just like a random sketchy guy, and then I added the sort of like this is all it really looked like originally. It's way easier to rough it out like this, right? And then just tie it down from there than it is the other way around. So this is sort of how it started out. And then now I'm doing my tie down pass, so I'm just making it a little bit tighter. I'm making the volumes more defined, you know. We added the arms, and now we're doing the rest of the body. It's a very slow process, but that's animation, you know. Can't really rush these things. I'm gonna basically spend a month for an Instagram post that's gonna get 10 likes. So, but that's the life of an animator. What are you gonna do? You know, what are you gonna do? All right. Where the fuck is my layer? I'm confused now. Here we go. Like defining it bit by bit, kind of. Yeah, you don't want to well, you sculpt, right? Like you want to get a base. You want to get your wires in. You want to get like all of your like foundational like skeleton for your sculpting. If it's a creature that has a lot of weight, you want to really reinforce that weight with like some sort of thing. And that's just sort of what I'm doing, but in a more drawn way rather than sculpting, right? It's the same shit. Same shit. It's and every art process is kind of just like that to a degree. I don't know that maybe there are artists that are really just fucking wacky, crazy, and never repeat the same patterns ever. If so, that blows my mind. But I'm not gonna lie, that's why animating destroys me. The amount of effort for the smallest thing so high, and the payback is always underwhelming. Yeah, I don't think you can be in this industry if your goal is like mass recognition. I think if you want to be an animator, you kind of gotta be comfortable with just sort of falling in love with the pursuit of the skill rather than you know the pursuit of the clout, because there is no clout for an animator. Okay, maybe if you're like the best of the best, like I named a bunch of guys earlier, right? But that's like five dudes, okay? And there are thousands of animators on planet Earth. I know because I worked in the industry, I know tons of animators that in my head are like some of the best in Canada, right? Like in my head, I'm like, these guys are some of the fucking best to ever do it. But but like they don't get any real recognition online or anything like that. And half the time, the best animators I know don't even post online, which is frustrating. So You reminded me of that too. Oh, you're talking about sculpting. Yeah, 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 I get you. Isn't there like this 17-year-old or something that did an insane animation for One Piece? I have no idea. Unless you're thinking of like Waylon Zhang, because Waylon Zhang did the most recent fight. He's not 17 though. He was 17 like way back in the day. So was I at some point, you know. But Waylon Zhang was like a webgen animator who used to go by Xenophos online, and he's basically like an online purist, and then eventually got hired by Toei, and he did some of the big fights. Like I think he did the fight with Luffy, like when he goes Gear 5 or whatever. He's done a lot of crazy shit, but it is possible. I don't know that you can. Can you get a visa to work internationally at 17? I don't know. I really don't know. You might be thinking of Waylon Zhang though, but he's not 17. He's probably close to my age at this point. I wonder. I'm gonna be really fucking mind blown if he's like 20. Waylon Zhang age. No, he's older than me. He's in his like early 30s. Oh, mid 30s. Damn. I was also 17 once. I'm basically the same as Waylon Zhang. You and me both, brother. Okay. Do I have a rough for this? I'm gonna be really disappointed in myself if I don't. What the fuck is this? I guess I do. See, I had these legs come out. It's still kind of twins. Hmm. I was also 17 like a year ago. Thank God you're not, because we'd have to ban your ass, Shireen. Oh shit, I just dropped my pen. Where's my water cup? I don't know if you guys have noticed, but my character here is bald, okay? But he's not supposed to be bald. I'm just kind of saving the hair for the end because I want it to be really dynamic and like flapping around in the wind and all that stuff. I figure I should probably do that on a different layer so I can think about it a little bit clearer. I really dislike that I don't have any drawings here. I'll probably put the head like here-ish. If I had Benjamin Button disease where I age in reverse, would I get banned once I hit 17? No, because you'd technically be like in your late 80s, wouldn't you? If you were born as like a 100-year-old man, you'd be like 83. So even though you're 17, you'd have like the maturity of an adult. So you wouldn't annoy me. I don't know if this is gonna look good or not. I'm just kind of gonna rough something out here just to see if it. I'm worried it's gonna feel like it pops. That's sort of my big concern right now. I don't want it to be like excessively smooth though. Part of my issues is I have a really hard time tolerating any sort of popping. Yeah, like it definitely pops. So the motion from here is he's coming down, swinging around, and then he slides up, and then I have him go back down, which is no bueno. You don't want that. We got to keep him moving up. We'll have him move up, and then pivot the knees out here. Oh yeah, I'm bringing this knee up. Shit, right. Okay. So this is gonna be popping up. Craving some pickles now? Mm-mm-mm. Finger licking good, dude. Just get him in the right hole. I find it hilarious that the guy who informed us about pickles and butts is now demanding maturity. Maturity with morality is what I said. Okay, look, you can be immature and an adult. As long as your frontal lobe's developed, I don't feel as bad. Okay, this comes up, this comes up, this comes up. Do I want to break this? This feels like it comes up too much. I don't want it to like read. I don't want it to be too distracting. I want it to have the same sort of flow. Need some dried mango. That do sound kind of nice. Okay, this hip needs to be higher up, which means the cock is probably going to shift up a little bit, but hello, Red Velvet. How you doing? Insane trust. Low key addicted. Trust in what? The mango? Yeah. Okay. Feels kind of stiff. I think I needed to start coming up and be a little bit more foreshortened. I don't want it to build too fast though, so I might actually get it to drag a bit. Just so we can build up that momentum going into that kick. So if that leg's there, maybe we'll have him be a little lower here. And then we'll drop the dick and balls a little bit lower too. We're just gonna kind of keep this as like a static hold is what I kind of want for it. This frame here doesn't have to be anything too fancy, just a little static hold, you know. Actually, I'm gonna bring this in so it feels a little bit more foreshortened, even more foreshortened. Doing some studies, then I realized how goated I am, dude. What, you got some crazy shit to show me? What are you waiting for, Velvet? Don't leave me waiting. I can draw. I'm a certified drawer. I mean, I'm gonna need some evidence, dude. You're talking all that good shit. How long have you been streaming for, bro? About a year and a few months, something like that. Always at the same time, so always Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, with the occasional cancellation. I'm a certified autist, aren't we all? That's what makes me so good. I'm just kidding. I'm tragically a normie. I couldn't enjoy Has Been Hotel if I wanted. Need me a nice new art stream. Very nice. Cancellation reason is usually alcohol. Not usual. Look, that was one time that I got really hammered. Okay, it was like 3 week. It was like there were 2 weeks in the last month that I had to cancel Friday and Saturday because I was hammered and hungover. Okay, but the first one was a wedding, and the second one was Halloween. Okay, these are the times to be getting shit faced. Okay, I drink like 5 or 6 times a year. You guys make it sound like I'm an alcoholic, and I'm rolling around in my own piss on the ground, canceling stream. Two events like 2 weeks apart. Exactly. Literally. It's a wedding. What am I supposed to do? I can't not drink at my boy's wedding, my high school boy's wedding. For clarity, he's not in high school. He's my boy since high school. Okay, we're homies. We're the same age. I didn't go to a high school wedding. Anyways, I'm gonna stop talking now. Peed on his floor. Sometimes you miss the toilet. Okay? I had a good night. Don't hate the play, hate the game. Snack's not house trained. It's my house. I don't need to be trained, okay? There's no rules. Here's a whip just showing my thought process on composition. Very interesting, Red Velvet. I like it. It seems chaotic. Dude, Velvet, you gotta do the okay, I'm gonna tell you this. This is out of love, okay? This is out of love. Finish it. Don't leave it in the rough state. You've got so much potential. Give yourself some portfolio pieces. Let yourself, bring something to completion. I'm gonna finish it. I swear. Guys, you guys gotta hold them to it. I don't even know if you're a dude or not. You gotta hold them to it, dude. Don't let them don't let them not. Everybody heard you here, all right? So you got to make sure that it's complete. We're going to be watching you. No cutting corners either. That reminds me of the time I got wasted at a house party so bad that I was about to throw up and I managed to full sprint outside without throwing up. And I was so hyped that I threw my hands out in the air and yelled. And I managed just to turn around and hear the entire building burst into laughing. Damn, dude. When I was like 17, I drank. We had this thing called Black Bull in Quebec. Okay, it's like this dog shit fucking malt liquor. It was like 10%, but it cost like $4 for a 40. And I had a half a 40 of those, but I had just eaten a big meal. And I couldn't finish it. And so I made myself throw up, and then I finished it because all my boys were egging me on. They were like, "Don't be a pussy, don't be a pussy," and I did it, and we got fucked up. It was sick. Anyways, it was disgusting. I would never do that again as a grown man, but Ferk and Art, how you doing, big dog? What up? How you doing? Okay, we got some weird shifting proportions here. This should come way in more. Honestly, respect. I cleaned my several roommates' puke one, and I will not do it again. See, this is why I puked on my balcony, like on New Year's, okay? Or not puked, sorry, peed on my balcony. Because my buddy was puking his brains out in the only bathroom I own. And there were like two guys that needed to piss. And I couldn't hold it in, dude. And I was like, look, I got a perfectly good balcony. I'll just piss in the corner. It won't drip off the side. It'll be fine. I'm doing bad. I got a job, sadly, and now I can't draw nowadays. Hey, no excuses. I work 40 hours a week, Firkin Art. You can draw. You can draw, big dog. One time I ate two spicy ramen bowls because it was a buy one, get one free, and I threw up. Shit. At least you're committed to the ramen bowl, you know? Okay, why is this popping? Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I need to adjust though. I wasn't working for a long time. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Ease yourself into it. But I believe in you. You can do it. I will say it is exhausting. There is like a part of me that is like, man, if I stop streaming, would I be able to draw more? The reality is probably not. Streaming to me is like my anchor to drawing. It keeps me it gives me a momentum to draw, even though I don't like draw as much as I should be while I'm streaming because I'm yapping. It gives me carry through momentum to post stream, you know? Like once stream ends, I'm probably gonna keep doing this, but way more focused because I'm like warmed up now. So that's sort of the beauty of streaming. Yeah, that's an issue. That's an issue. That feels weird because the knee is like too far forward. I work 30 hours a week, then I go home and draw 60 to 6 to 10 hours a day. That's the goal. Yeah, it's not a competition. Because if it were, I'd win, obviously. I feel lazy now. It's okay. You can be lazy. You just got to be rich if you're lazy. That's the trick. That way your life is fine. You hear that, chat? He uses us to warm up. We're basically his foreplay. Shake my head. You are. You guys get me all fucking loose and nimble, a little bit of sweat, and then I tear it up on my own. Okay. There's some weird popping going on here that I don't really like. I'm trying to spot it. It could be the crotch area. I might be imagining it. Let me flip the canvas. No, there's definitely something going on there. His balls, dude. His balls are out of sync. I don't think that. I think his balls are fine. I think it's the connection in like the jacket area. Around here, it's popping for me. But I think that's just sort of like the way I have the jacket animating. It's supposed to feel like it's flapping in the wind, but it's not reading that way very well. I'm gonna have to tweak it, but do a jiggle. Oh, you know a jiggle. You know a jiggle. Just start off with a small loan of $1 million. I would love that. You don't have the boobs now. Look, I'm not a guy who has boobs. This is just a bit, but everybody keeps redeeming them every single stream. So it looks like I'm like just a PNG tuber with fat milky tits, dude. But I'm not. I'm a fella. Okay, now I gotta get this to really foreshorten. Okay, now we can do some in betweens here. Ooh, ooh, I may have made him go a little too high here. Whoa, not that one. Oh, maybe not. No, you're a PNG tuber with huge balls where the tits should be. Unconfirmed. Okay. It's Schrodinger's chest meat. It could be balls and it could be tits. You don't really know. I could be pressing my balls up through my shirt, or I could just have big mommy milkers. We'll never know. Yeah, it's just a butt chin. Also, how you doing, Bachuga? Okay. Now that I kind of got this coming up here, this knee I think is gonna sort of go like this. I'm trying to think of the cylinder. It's not gonna be quite as long as this one. It's gonna actually curve. Ooh, how would it curve? Would it curve out this way or would it curve in this way? I think having it curve in might work. Yeah. I think we're gonna bring it up like this, which means I need to figure out this cylinder here. Don't rodents also have a huge scrotum? This is where the mystery comes from. Everybody's been trying to figure out if it's my tits or my balls. Nobody knows. And I'm gonna keep it that way. I'm not telling anybody. Okay, I'm gonna literally in between this. And then I think this is gonna cause sort of like a. I'm gonna bring the leg way back, so we're gonna foreshorten the shit out of this leg. Something like that. And then this is basically just gonna be flat top view here. I'm gonna make it a little smaller too. I'm gonna see, should I taper this in? I think it's kind of like tapered in enough. Yeah, I think it's enough. That sticks. I don't like how that sticks. I don't like how that sticks. We're gonna move this up. And we're gonna pivot this out. I don't like that. Snack does seem like the type to manscape, of course. If they are balls, at least they look well kept. I see no pubes. Smooth, dude. Girls don't like eating hair. This is what I was taught as at a hockey camp when I was 13 by some French Canadian who was 16. He was like, "Yeah, Snack, you gotta shave your balls, dude. Girls don't like eating hair." And I was like, "Oh, you're a genius." Well, why didn't I think of that? Clean Canadian rodent balls, exactly. I really probably have to push the. I gotta add some more squash and stretch here, I think. A little bit more. I feel like a modern day philosopher sometimes. You think about how I feel, dude. Ladies in chat, confirm. Are you pro or anti pubes? Feel free to not answer that question, ladies. Jetted, we're trying to keep this a diverse community. We can't be asking ladies this shit. They're gonna leave instantly. Are you kidding? Girls have grosser convos than us. You know, I hear that. The only thing that could like believe me is if it's like if you're like a book talk girly, then I think you're insane. If you're one of those girls who's into like reading books where there's like some sort of like immortal centaur demon that like bangs the like nerdy 18-year-old or whatever, then maybe I buy it, but okay, how's that feeling? Okay, I think this needs to be even more foreshortened. I just don't think this reads well. Let me do a little bit of liquefy and we're gonna something like that maybe. And I think it needs to be wider because right now it's looking small. A little too small. In my high school class, I was the only man that were talking about K-pop stars and dick size. Ferk, I gotta be real with you, dog. If you're in high school, we're gonna have to delete your ass. This is an 18 plus community, bro. Can't be having people in high school hanging out here. No, I'm 25. Okay. Whew. I was about to shed a tear, dude. We're about to give you some 07s and chat and some final words. A true man does not fear the freak. I don't fear it. I try and as much as I'm an unhinged streamer, I still try and keep it generalized as much as I can. Okay. I feel like this one has like some volume issues. It feels like the leg shrinks a bit too much. The pickle story was insane though. Yeah, but it was neutral. Okay, it was neither woke nor based. My early impression of you. That's good. That pickle story is public trauma. It's a little PSA, guys. Okay, just don't play hockey. Or don't get good at hockey. I think this should actually be way higher up. I think I'm gonna change this leg completely. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually have it be sort of in the middle, a little bit closer to this. I think that's gonna look better. We'll see. A little bit of foreshortening here, but we are gonna tuck the leg back still, and we'll see how that works. Something like that. Actually, a sin that I forgot you were streaming tonight. My sincerest apologies. I forgive you, Coco. Just don't do it again. That's all. In 10 years, the students will yearn for the Pickle Chronicles. That's right. When I start my animation school, we'll do a little pickle sesh. I have a friend who's in women's hockey. Now I have something to confirm with her. I promise they're all just lesbians. Okay? It's not the same. Guys hockey is insane. Okay? They're basically like the like the football stars of like American film and TV? That's hockey in Canada. And so they're lunatics, myself included. Okay? I don't commit crimes though, but I am still an insane person. Lesbians playing with stiff sticks, the irony. There are a lot of lesbos in ladies hockey, dude. If you watch women's hockey, it's literally all lesbians. Yeah, that reads better. I wanted it to read a little bit better. That's all. I thought it was a little too smooth. I'm the last person to kink shame. If only you knew what I drew for my patrons. Oh, I can imagine. I'm sure there's some sucking and fucking there. Some monster cock. Some crazy style sex. I believe it. Okay? You're not gonna blow my mind, Bachuga. I guarantee I know it. Internet gooners be gooning, you know? It's a tale as old as time. Or as old as the internet itself at least. Does that foot break it up a little bit? Ah, it's too stiff. It's too stiff. Too stiff with the foot like that. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little hybrid foot here, where the foot starts to sort of bend up, but not quite. We'll see how that goes. This is a tough one. A tough one to foreshorten. Better. Better. I just want to read a little bit nicer. It don't feel too nice to me right now. I think the trick is gonna be to bring the foot up either farther back. What do I want to do here? Did you get confirmation that everybody on your friend's hockey team is a lesbian or no? Not that it's super important, Sid, but I'm just, just curious. Okay, I gotta clean this up. It's looking a little too messy for my tastes. I know this is a tie down, but we can do better. Come on. Yes. See? Don't ever doubt me, guys. I know my shit. Good stream, good stream. I need some unhinged stuff. What are you talking about? Is that your way of telling me you're gonna go jerk off? Like, what does that mean? You need some unhinged stuff? All right, well, go watch your little freaking Gooner VTubers. All right, I'm gonna be over here drawing stuff. Nah, no goon for me today. It's the Sabbath. I get it. Spaghetti straight until it's wet, she said often. Amen, brother. The unhinged stuff is the mouse tits. Every VTuber has tits, dude. I'm not unique. Imagine if this is how they ended up coming out of the closet. Hey, a streamer told me that you were a lesbian. Is that true? Yeah, be careful. They might think you're hitting on them. Friend of mine does enough goom comms on Twitter. My man. What's unhinged for you then? Am I too hinged? I feel like I'm getting broken up with. He be getting that bag though. I've considered dabbling into the dark side, doing a little smut work. It's just not really my thing. Oh no. Every artist has a little devil on their shoulder drawing telling them to draw not safe for work, I guess. Yeah, you're probably not wrong about that. I would, but I can't. It just doesn't feel right. I just don't want to lose my job. I like my job. That's my thing. Not safe for work can be wholesome, just saying. Yeah, it's not wise to draw the filth if you want a career. I mean, the reality is drawing porn is not on the same level as doing porn. It's still just not like worth the risk for me. Do you know what? I'm so down to do not safe for work art for commissions. I'm just concerned that if I can't make it as an artist in a land full of smut, then I'm cooked as an artist overall. I think a lot of people think that making money in porn is easy. I feel like it sounds like I'm talking from experience. I've never done this before in my life, okay, but this is my assumption. I think a lot of people think that the money comes easy. My guess is, my guess is that it doesn't. My guess is that, people do it and then they realize like, oh, this is not making me nearly as much money as I thought it would. That's probably the reality. And I think a lot of people get into it and they're like, I'm about to become a billionaire. I'm going to call my boss. I'm going to say, fuck you. I'm not coming in. I fucking quit. And then they do it and they're like, what? Where's all my money? And I'm not oblivious to that reality. Look, if you told me tomorrow, Snack, 100% guaranteed you would become a millionaire. Sign me up. To draw porn. Not to get freaking dick down crazy style, but you know. Well, nah, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Even if I knew I would make a bajillion dollars. Well, maybe one time for a bajillion dollars, maybe. I agree. Many of the performers have a lot of mental issues and drug issues, so it can't be easy. That's true. Supplying the furry fandom. I don't think I have a good furry art style. I've never actually tried to draw smut. I don't think I've ever actually drawn just like normal. Like I've never done not safe for work ever. I mean I've done like lewd, I guess, but it's more just like girls in bikinis. I don't consider that the same though, you know. Okay, I fucked it up. I changed it too much. Let's go back to the leg we had before. There was just something kind of off about it. This to me feels a little bit long. Ran into a colleague, had to do small talk. Ugh, I dislike small talk. What time is it in Canada right now? It's 7:30 p.m. We've been streaming for 2 hours. We're probably gonna go for another hour, hour and a half. Gonna be a little short one today. Just 'cause I gotta go work out after this. Lucky you. What are you in the UK? Nah, Germany. Why do we have so many Germans here? Zwackelbooby sounds a lot more German now that you said that. Zwackelbooby. I don't know. I don't know how to do a German accent. Where's Glad when I need her? Or Verbanter. Verbanter's also German, I'm pretty sure. I think this needs to come higher up. I am going to make a smear here. The foot wouldn't do this, but it's moving so fast. I think a smear kind of works here. My sleeping schedule's cooked. That's every German I know. And I know three. UK here too, definitely not up past midnight. Damn, you guys are all Brits, huh? It's so weird when people say that because whenever I read your messages in my head, you guys sound like you have like Western accents. But then if I ever heard you guys talk, it'd be completely different. It's such a weird, so weird. I don't know. I just find it weird. Clearly, it's weird. Titty's back at it again. How you doing? That reminds me, Nuke. I'm gonna put them away just for now. We can't be given the full stream redeems. Everybody thinks that I'm a bodacious babe, but I'm not. Okay, I'm not. Love me some pretzels and lederhosen. No, that's a look. I wonder if I. Would a smear work there? No, it does not. Maybe a little bit of stretch here. I'm just trying to think of what I could do to make this feel a little nicer. Yeah, just like it's too like obvious, you know? The issue is when you're doing animation, if you're doing like a smear, you don't want the smear to actually be visible. You want it to be felt but not seen. And right now you can see it, and that's the problem. It's too much. So maybe if I tone it down actually, embrace the bodaciousness. I can't. I can't do it. We're keeping it wholesome today. We got all of the evil out earlier with our horrible stories, and now we're wholesome again. Mm, still too obvious. Okay, whatever. I'm getting rid of that. I tried. Smearing that frame like a first grader with his boogers under the table. Dude, I read a Reddit post today when I should have been working. Okay, don't tell my boss. But I was on Reddit and it was like one of those like r slash relationship advice thing where they're like where everybody instead of everybody just being like I don't know. Anyway, it's not important what it was in, but it was something like that. And the girl's like something like 24 female or whatever. I don't know what it was, but she was like, "We're moving," and I found my boyfriend's. No, sorry, it was we're moving, and I found my no. I found my husband's booger chair, dude. I'm telling the story terribly. I found my husband's booger chair. What do I do, Reddit? Apparently, this guy would just like wipe his boogers under his chair, and they were moving, and she found his chair full of boogers underneath it. Anyways, They didn't get divorced, even though, Reddit was like, hell no. Because Reddit's solution to any relationship is just break up. Okay, so don't ask Reddit what the fuck the solution is. But they did tell him to clean it up, and he did clean it up. Great storytelling skill snack. I know. I feel like you ever see the video of that kid who's like talking and he's stuttering and he's talking. He's trying to say a dream he had, and he just keeps saying nonsense over and over and over. That's how I feel. Also, how you doing, Kit Kat? What up? Nothing wrong with having storage. When you're a child, maybe. When you're a grown ass man, you probably shouldn't have a dedicated booger chair. Just saying. Fellas, girls don't like booger chairs. Let it be noted, if you're trying to get laid, don't don't have a booger chair, all right? Chicks don't like it. You ever yeah, that one. That kid. It's her problem, not mine. Yeah, if she doesn't like me at my boogeriest, she can't have me at my best. Know your worth, kings. It's a little big. It is a little big. We have a site named Girl Asks in Turkey, which people ask question anonymously and people answer. Terrifying concept. A website where women gossip? That's scary, dude. I don't like that at all. Women and men? Okay. Okay, I accept it a little bit more. The woke inside of me thinks that it's diverse enough now. That's good. But it's usually women? No. Ain't no way. Are you guys gossipy little queens? Do you guys like the gossip chat? If I had a downfall, would you guys revel in it and talk shit about me and post on Reddit about me? Don't lie to me. Thank you for introducing me to a concept I really didn't need to know about. Cat. It's so weird when people call me cat. Grab her. Why you call me cat? It feels like a pet name, you know? It's like when NFT calls me Snacky. It just feels like a pet name. If it's worth the gossip, base. Okay, that's a good answer. If the tea is juicy, if it's sweet, I'll call you Jacques. I'm gonna go sleep now. In Germany, we say Mus Jets Heya Boo Boo Maken Lute. All right, Zwackle Booby. Thank you for coming out, big dog. I'll catch you in the next one, which will be, well, you don't have to be there, but I'll be live tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. You guys know the deal. You're more than welcome to hang out. If not, I'll catch you when I catch you. Thanks for coming out, big dog. I like those Reddits where it's like am I the asshole? It's like my boyfriend's a war criminal. I told him I'm against war crimes. Am I wrong? Yeah, some of them are very just like generic. Like, yeah, you're not the asshole, dude. You're just like surrounded by dickheads. Most of the time, it's people just trying to talk shit about their relatives or whatever. But yeah. I set fire to my husband's balls. Am I the asshole? I got pregnant from another man. Am I the asshole, chat? Chat, I fist fought an old lady at the dollar store the other day. Am I an asshole? Not the asshole. Amen. Can I get a little clap for that? A little some finger snaps? I stole money from a homeless person. Actually, I have to I think I told you guys this. This is like a bit I have in my head that I really want to pull off. I wanna a thing I want to do. This is like a thing I think about a lot. Actually, I don't know why I think about this so much. It's something I really want to do though. You ever go to like a mall and then they try and like fucking sell you like a Visa card or like a fucking Mastercard or whatever, or like they try and get you to like buy like a credit card. You ever get those guys that stop you in malls and they come up to you and they're like, hey you. I have this bit in my head where I just want to tell them like, oh, sorry, like I have a boyfriend, and just like keep walking and like don't turn back and just like, hey, I have a boyfriend, man, and just keep going. I don't. In my head, that's so funny. It's probably like they'd probably just think they'd be like, what the fuck? But in my head, it's really funny. The idea of just telling like a random like mall solicitor, be like, no, sorry, dude, I have a boyfriend. Leave me alone. Minus 10,000 negative karma. Based. You're like evil Arthur from Red Dead. Okay, this is a little bit cleaner now. How's it looking? My friend used to shout, "Hey, handsome," in crowded places, and would look to see how many people would turn around. That's terrifying. I would hate to hang out. That guy sounds like a menace. I can't do like public humiliation stuff. If it's just me fucking with a random guy trying to sell me a cell phone or a phone plan or whatever, like that doesn't bother me. But like the things that like draw attention from large crowds, I would rather watch somebody get hit by like a fucking like 18 wheeler on a motorcycle and just see like the entire aftermath in like a live leak video than watch guys do like social cringe. It just like it hurts me beyond imagination. Okay, it's painful for me. Hey Snack, I don't want a full critique, but could you give me some brief pointers on my breathing animation? It has booba, but no nips. Okay, I'll take a look. I probably won't pull it up on Discord just in case. I know some people have gotten dinged off of stuff like that, so I'll just look at it in the Discord. Spoiler it though, if you can. If you post it in the Discord, spoiler it, even if there's no nips. Ooh, I just farted. Shit, that caught me off guard. He censors the nips. Get him. That's right. We don't free no nips in my Discord. Mostly because I don't trust you guys. She was scary. I accidentally made out with a man that bumped me on the street and got pregnant. Is this okay? I am a man. It's totally fine. It's 2025, honey. Get pregnant. Hello, Mr. Streamer. What up, Down Under Dave? How you doing? I think this leg is too long. We're gonna just how can we fix this the easiest? Probably doing this. Ooh, not like that though. Definitely better. How are you? I'm good, dude. How are you? I'm chilling. We're animating again. Forever, basically. Doing okay, not very productive because of uni assignments. I feel that, bro. Focus on school. That's gonna be your priority. I still think it's like too. I think this needs to come out more. Let's look at an in between here. What do we got? Yeah. Yeah. Are you working on anything fun in school, Dave, or do you just hate it? Is it a misery? Is it a miserable experience? Or is it awesome and lit? College is kind of a mixed bag, you know? Better. I just want this to read as more of like a pop. So I'm trying to get better spacing here so that it's a more aggressive push. Yeah, I think that's better. It's def not awesome and lit. We do a lot less art than expected, and the toughest assignments are to make game prototypes without having been learned how to program or make games and a bunch of random busy work. Yeah, that's college though. So the one thing is they'll give you a lot of busy work and random classes that have nothing to do with what you're actually like studying. And it's just because they want to give you like a diverse experience on different things in life. So try to go into it with an open mind. It is bullshit to have to do like general education classes and stuff. Just try to take some stuff that interests you and broaden your horizons because that's kind of the point. Is art share okay or should I put it in crits? You can put it in crits. I'm not gonna pull it up just because you said there's titties though, so I'll just give you like a verbal critique or art share, whatever. It doesn't matter. You put it in art share, that's fine. It looks nice. It looks nice. One thing I will say, Jadu, you gotta watch out when it comes to stuff like this, volume control. So in animation, and I'm talking specifically about the breasts. So in animation, you want to make sure that your volumes don't change shape. So if you have a circle that's like this, right? On the next frame, it can't be like this or like this, right? The volume has to work. Actually, it'll be better if I do. I'll do it on another. It can't be like this because now it's grown in volume. And when you could think, the way you think about volume is you think about surface area. So if you've ever taken a math class, Jadu, you know like what the area is, right? So like all this space inside of this circle is the area. That mass has to be consistent even if you squash and stretch it. The only exceptions to that would be crazy camera perspectives and stuff. But in general, if you do a shape that has sort of this size, you can't stretch it. You can't then stretch it to this size, right? Because the volume is just too much. Like you're shaving away this, which means that's the most you can add to this squash shape. You can't push it more than that or it'll break. So the volume that you're adding on a squash shape here, so these outside shapes, they have to equal the inner shapes. Another thing you want to make sure is you want to make sure, especially in something subtle like breathing, which by the way, it's nice, but I'm just telling you that you want to make sure that your lines are perfect. If you're doing like a circle and it looks like this, okay? And it's got these sort of points here where it kind of changes direction a little bit obvious. You don't want that. It has to be perfect. And it's only like a few frames, so take your sweet ass time and make sure it's a smooth curve, okay? And then when you do the next one, make sure it's the exact. Go real slow, dude. Zoom in and do it fucking pixel by pixel if you have to. I don't care. You know, go in, make sure it's super, super smooth. See, even here it's a little off. Make sure it's perfect. When it comes to subtlety, you really want it to be like as absolutely perfect as you can. Oops. So that's what I would say. Okay, what'd you say? I mean, to be fair, you can learn Python really quickly. I wouldn't really call myself a programmer, but I can read Python and I learned it in an afternoon. That's impressive. Python made me eat shit in college. I fucking tried to learn Python and I was like, yeah, fuck this, dude. I'm just gonna keep drawing. There was a point in time where I was like, I'm gonna make a video game. And then I decided not to. But that's what I would say, Jadu. Line integrity is really important in a subtle animation. And your volume control. Your breasts seem to grow, which is awesome if it's real life, but not awesome if it's an animation. Like if the rib cage is expanding, by the way, and this is sort of where you could shave the volume away. If your rib cage is expanding, you could think of it as like a circle doing like if you look at the breast from the outside, okay? Let's say this is the rib cage and the breast is attached to that. I'm just going to do a simple. The breast is going to sit on that rib cage, sort of like flush like this, okay? It's attached to it and it's flush like this. So from the front, the way you have it, I think, just looking at your thing is kind of like this or whatever. As the rib cage expands, this curvature for the base of the breast or whatever. I'm just gonna draw the titties. Okay, this curvature here is it's gonna come in more, and it's gonna curve more as the rib cage expands, but it's still gonna connect down. So you're losing that mass, kind of like this, because of the way it expands. And then you can push that out on this side here a little bit, you know? But you don't want to do it too much. That's how I would assume it would change shape. And I think breathing is quite even, so maybe you'd have even spacing between all of these drawings. Maybe you could then slow it down towards the end and have it just sort of have like a little slow in here. But that's sort of how I would plan it. Something like that. Does that make sense? I will just drop this in there real quick. I'd actually be curious. I'd have to look at the Insanium because I'm going off of like how I would approach it off the bat, right? So just keep in mind if I'm giving you feedback on this, when it comes to animation, normally it's going to take me several attempts to get it to feel right. So, what I'm giving you in terms of advice is not maybe not perfect, but I would look at the Insanium's work and see how he does the breathing. If that's exactly how he does it, then ignore what I'm saying, okay? Just like really analyze it. The Insanium. There's a breathing shot that he's done. I know he's done a breathing shot before. I'm trying to find it right now. Okay, well I can't find it, but I know he's done it, so it's somewhere out there. But yeah, I suck at getting clean lines. I don't know why, but even when I zoom in, I get these little jittery lines. I don't know how to fix. It's all about confidence and speed. You want to be real quick with your what the fuck? You want to be real quick with your motions, and just keep control Zing until you get it right, or go real slow and meticulous, and grip your pencil hard, at least from the fingers. Keep your wrist loose, but keep your fingers tight, and then that way it'll give you like a little bit better of an anchor. At least that's how I do it. But the thing is that just sort of comes with time. With zero prior programming experience, I need a lot more guidance and basic exercises, and I just keep getting and I just getting used to programming in general before being asked to program a game. Yeah. I think programming takes an entire different kind of logic and mindset, which is very challenging for me too. And don't forget there's a lot of jiggle gifs out there for reference. There are. There are a lot. A lot of top tier artists have wobbly lines if you zoom in close. It doesn't matter too much. It doesn't matter too much, but the reason it matters in this case is because he's doing a very subtle motion where a character basically moves from here to here. At most, right? Because it's a ribcage expansion and they're not doing anything else. I can hide wobbly lines in a dynamic motion like this. But doing something where it's like literally gonna be like 4 or 5 frames and they have to be like super tight, it's gonna be a little bit more obvious if there's line boil. So while I agree, it doesn't usually fully like matter that much. It does kind of matter. Don't digital drawing softwares have line stabilizers? Not sure what it's called. Well, you need to download them. I've never used line stabilizers personally, but I know you can get them online. Some brushes I think have them built in. I don't like using them. They feel weird. I'm not a big fan of line stabilizers. For me personally, it's just too tight. There's also like it drags behind your hand. I don't know. It's not very intuitive. Clip should have them. I know Photoshop you have to download like Lazy Nizumi or whatever, but which is such a funny name. Have what? Line stabilizers. Line stable. I can't talk. Line stabilizers. There you go. Honestly, reading Python is kind of like reading an essay written by a 5-year-old. It doesn't make sense when you first look at it, but if you know how the kid thinks a little bit stuff like that doesn't make any sense. Starts to come together quite quickly. I see. I have no interest in coding ever. I'm never going to become a coder. My time is past. Okay. Fuck. Mashi Pune. How you doing? Mashi Pune. Mashi Pune. How you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Get comfy, Mashi Pune. Clip Studio does have stabilizers. If you go under the pen settings, you should be able to find it. Okay. Okay. I don't want it. The hell are we listening to? Which one of you guys did this? Bachuga? Was this you? Cattle decapitation? How romantic. My hand shivers a lot, so without stabilizers, I have wobbly lines. You can practice your line stability though over time. It'll get better. You can do exercises like I don't know, drawing lines like consecutively is a good exercise. It's a tough one. And you could try and do them into shapes. Maybe do a little tornado, you know. Maybe, I don't know, do it the other way. And just try to get stable lines. You could do circles. What I want to start doing is doing cylinders based off of an axis point. So the way an axis line works is it's supposed to be dead center of a sphere, which is why they're great for measuring um, cylinder angle and stuff. Anyways, I'm gonna start doing instead of boxes. I think I'm gonna start rotating cylinders. I think that's gonna be my next thing. See, that one's not even. If my hands are, if only I knew how to art as well as I knew the art software. Yeah. It'll come, dude. It'll come. Don't worry. Just keep trying. Wouldn't a rotated cylinder look like the same cylinder? No. It depends what plane you're rotating it on. If you're taking it and spinning it like this way, then yeah, probably. But if you're pivoting it upwards, then no. Like the circle from the front is gonna look like this. I'm gonna try and actually do it cleanly. It's gonna look like this. Whereas if you tilt it upwards, it's gonna look more like that. I have a love-hate relationship with drawing, don't we all? And then if you pivot it the other way, so there's basically like in art, there's basically three planes. There's like the y-axis, the z-axis, and the x-axis. The x is everything horizontal, the y is everything vertical, and the z is everything in depth. And then you can define these planes, and then you can determine which plane you're drawing on, basically. And how you draw on a different plane is going to determine how that shape looks. Like if I put a face here, it's going to be pretty front on. If I put a face here, it's going to be a little bit flatter. You know? Art is pain. It is, dude. It do suck. Okay, where's my little rough? I gotta make sure I'm doing this right. I should stop using speech to text. What'd you say? If you were aiming for a job and industry, okay. Do you think it's better to be technically correct or artistically expressive? I don't really know. That's a good question. Do you think it's better to be technically correct or artistically expressive? I think it's probably better to be technically correct for an employer. Um, I don't think you would hire based off of somebody who can deviate from a style really well. You know, you want them to work within your style very accurately. Hi 6839 over on YouTube. Hello, hello. Hi 6839. How you doing? You're my second YouTube chatter today. Isn't that something? Both equally. I don't know if it depends on the context. If you're a character designer, it's probably better to be a little bit more stylistically unique. If you're an animator, you probably want to be able to animate technically well. Just depends, I guess. Okay. This knee is going to be way too far out. Okay. I can't follow my reference exactly. Do I want that foot going like that, or is that going to break it up too much? I might just hide this foot back here. Mm, nah, I'd have to show the foot a little bit. Okay, this needs to come in way more. Okay, that grows drastically. That is way too big. Way too thick, also. That is not on model at all. Kasi, rating with a party of 6. Oh shit! What up, Kasi? How you doing? Were you live? I didn't even notice. I haven't been looking at my follower chat or my follower list. Crazy, dude. What were you up to today? Were you in chat here while you were supposed to be entertaining your people? Talking shit to me? Are we doing in betweens? Kind of. We're actually doing a tie down. I've done most of the in betweens already. We're just doing a little tie down here. So I'm just defining the movements, the shapes, and just being a little bit more deliberate with everything. I see. So the technical term is called a tie down. I mean, there's probably tons of different terms. Like the way I tie down to me is just basically like it's not rough, but it's not quite clean. You know, that's sort of how I see a tie down. Yeah, I was trying to do one more hour, but my stream crapped the bed, so no 11-hour stream, bro. You've been streaming for 11 hours? Also, what up, big dog? Not much. Not much, Ori. What are you up to? I think this needs to come down more. So what were you up to today, Kasi? Let's give Kasi a little shout out before I get to... Dude, I'm so distracted today. Shout out, Kasi Dwaz, if that is your real name. What are you up to? You're doing art. Those portraits you posted in the Discord, were you working on those today? Can you stream while chilling in someone else's stream? Yeah, you totally can. I could, like, be streaming and be chatting in someone else's stream. But I can barely keep up with you guys and the stuff on my screen, so that just seems, like, nightmarish. Just mainly did art, bit of Hugh-vember, and worked on the Day of the Dead one. Hugh-vember. What's Hugh-vember? Do you want to share anything? I do really like the sketches you posted. I think they're really, really nice. I like the big noses too. I'm a sucker for those like rounded noses. Qvember is the trend where you take a color wheel and draw a character pertaining to that color. Oh, I didn't know that. I don't know shit about trends, dude. I'm terrible at it. I think this leg now needs to kick out, unless I'm mistaken. I'm gonna make this kick out also. I don't think I had a kick out originally, but I'm gonna have a kick out. I'm trying to practice different noses. Also, I could show you the updated Day of the Dead one. Oh yeah, send it to me, dude. I can't pull it up in my animation thing, but I'll jump on another file and we'll open it up there and we'll show everybody. I'm a bit behind on the art share channel, but we got so many talented people in there. Well, yeah, we do. People are cracked. That's way too big. He's doing like the crane stance, dude. He's like Karate Kid right now. Look at this shit. Since I posted the other two in art share, I spent like an hour and a half on those, not trying not to spend too much time on each one. Yeah, I mean, how many do you have to do? Like, what? How many colors are there on the color wheel? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6-ish, 5, 6-ish, 30. Fuck that, dude. What the fuck? I don't see that many. Infinite, technically. Well, there's got to be a limited amount, right? It can't just go on forever, can it? Like, there's only so many There are a limited amount of combinations the human eye can see, right? So I don't think it would go on forever. I do kind of want this to kick out a little bit, actually, I think. Strictly speaking, there are colors we can't see, and there are colors that don't exist that we can see if we trick our brains. Yeah, like ultraviolet and stuff and relative color. But, like, I wonder if in the future, when we all get our Elon Musk brain chips, where we're blasted with McDonald's ads 24/7, okay, and we have to subscribe to unlock our frontal cortex, if we'll also be able to see things in infrared and all kinds of other stuff. Doesn't that sound fun? Kasi, let me know when you posted your thing so I can show everybody your thing. And Amazon Prime wipes our ass for us. That would be crazy. Where I could watch Netflix and have my body go to work on autopilot while I'm watching Netflix on my chip all day. What a world. The dream. Oh shit. We got a big ass link. Let me take a look. She looking hella thick, dude. She looking nice and thick. All right, let me pull this up. Let's pull it up on this one. Whoa, not that one. Whoa, what was that? The fuck? Oh. I clicked paste. Did I even copy it? Copy. Paste. Ah, there we go. Damn. Damn. Oh, sorry. I shouldn't flip. I gotta stop flipping people's drawings, dude. It's fucked up. It feels like some form of abuse. I mainly did flowers today. I don't even bother, dude. I think I tried to do flowers at some point. Holy fuck. Yeah. You're reminding me of why I don't do flowers right now. It's fine. I prepared for it. I think I tried to do flowers on this girl here originally, and then I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I stopped. Plants and animals are a thing I should dabble in, though. Just to get better at them. Well, thank you for sharing, dude. And Kasi Draws, where can people follow you? I know they can follow you on Instagram. Anything else? Rule 34, Fur Affinity. What do we got? Drop it all, except for the ones I actually mentioned right there. Don't drop those. But if you've got Instagram, if you've got Twitter, if you've got TikTok, sometimes when you send critiques back and they're flips, I genuinely forget if I drew it that way or not. Whatever. You can always just flip your canvas. The one thing I that always catch me off guard is whenever I go to like save a JPEG of a drawing and post it online, but it like defaults to like the other flipped way, and I'm like, I actually liked it the other way. TikTok or YouTube, Kasi Draws. You don't want to drop a link. You think people are gonna use their little fingers for typing out, dude? I feel like chat's lazy. You gotta drop a link in there. Boom, 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 boom. Ew, typing? That's what I'm saying. Thank you for showing my art always. Thank you for rating me, dude. And of course, I know you've been here the whole time, so it feels kind of dumb to say this now. But you streamed 11 hours, dude. If you gotta go, if you gotta do shit, okay? If you gotta poo, you gotta pee, you gotta take a shower, you gotta eat, go do your thing, girl. Don't wait or don't hang out here if you don't need to. 12 hours is a long ass time. 11 hours, I should say. I don't want to give you that extra credit. But I will never stream 11 hours. So respect, dude. And I know if I did stream 11 hours, I sure as hell would not be hanging out in chat afterwards. So you're a soldier. I avoid typing so hard even in this chat. I'm using speech to text still, even though it fucks up my sentences. There you go. We got a link. We got a link. I do kind of think I want this to kick out. I'm kind of worried if I do that though. If I do that, it might feel like it pops too much because I got to bring it back for it to come back out again. That might be too much. Fortunately, I'm willing to copy and paste. Hell yeah, dude. It was fun though, and it was a day off. Then I work until Friday. Then I party for my birthday. Ooh. What are you gonna do for your birthday, dude? What's on the birthday agenda? Are you gonna be canceling stream because of how hungover and sick you are, like me? Are you a bad enough bitch? Huh? To get fucking crunk on your BD? Probably. We got a bad bitch in chat. Or you could get wasted on stream like a real streamer. Don't do that. Be the example this world needs, okay? I won't pee on my floor like you, though. I'd honestly be impressed if you managed to. I would be very impressed if you peed on your floor. Look, I'm a guy, okay? Missing the toilet and peeing on the floor a little bit, or a lot, actually. But if peeing on the floor a lot, as a guy, when you're drunk in pitch black darkness, isn't that crazy? But fucking pissing on the floor as a girl, that's deliberate, dude. You can't miss the toilet. There's a big ass hole that your butt is fucking adhered to. It's a different degree of fuck up. Mine's not that bad. We don't care at all at that point then. Yeah, if you're gonna piss on the floor, girl, you're too far gone. You've already puked all over yourself, okay? To be fair, when you're a guy, you also get split streams and stuff, so you could be completely sober and still pee on the floor. Dude, that is the fucking worst. When you wake up, sometimes when fellas wake up and they're trying to pee in the toilet, okay? This is what the toilet looks like from our perspective. It looks like this, and then there's like the freaking bowl or whatever, right? And the tank back here. I'm doing it in like a little top-down perspective here. We're gonna do it all artistic and shit. This is what we see, all right? This is what the toilet looked like for us fellas. Okay? And sometimes when a guy pees, his penis, for whatever reason, has like a piece of thread or something, or just like, I don't know, a fucking pube in it or whatever. I don't know. It could be anything. Okay? And it blocks the hole, and so it splits in two, and so you end up pissing like this. It's the most annoying thing in the world. Because you're trying to piss straight, but your penis makes you piss in two different directions. Blood, no. It's just I feel like red just reads better. Yellow doesn't read very well. Let's go dark yellow. You're dehydrated, okay? You're basically pissing like battery acid. How the fuck? Yeah, I know. And then if you're really lucky, and then the worst part in this whole thing is that if you try and adjust your piss, you end up just basically doing this. If you want to get one stream in, you just piss more off the toilet with the other one. And then if you try and get the other one in, you piss more off the toilet this way. Sometimes, if you're really unlucky, you could get like a triple piss that just does like some weird shit like this, and you're just missing the toilet in all directions. I've had quadruple streams before that miss the toilet. Where it's just like impressively bad. It's like going on the fucking lid of the toilet here. It's like splashing or whatever. All from my cylinder on its axis. Right? I'm glad I'm a girl right now. It happens. And what happened to me was I was peeing, and it was normally if there's water in here, okay? Water. Water. Okay. Normally there's water in the toilet. Beautiful. What happened to me when I was drunk was it was really late at night and I was going to pee and I started off peeing and I'm pretty sure I was just like hitting the seat here because I couldn't hear any water because I was drunk. Okay. I didn't hear any water. So it's just like dripping all over the floor. And then I eventually was like, huh, that's weird. And I adjusted my pee stream, and then I could hear the water splashing. I was like, ah, excellent. And then I went to bed. And then the next morning, I woke up and there's piss all over my floor. So that happens. I cleaned it up. It's not still there. Okay. I mopped that shit up like a real man, like an adult. If you're gonna piss on the floor, don't leave it on the ground like a lunatic. I'm glad I'm a girl right now. That's true, but I don't get period cramps. And I tell you guys, ladies, there's nothing that upsets me more in this world than period cramps. 6'7", by the way. In times like these, I just sit in the toilet and reverse and pee straight in. I'm stubborn. I'm never gonna sit to pee. Ever, dude. Ever. I'm so anti-sitting to pee, you have no idea. I've had heated arguments with my friends, debating, you know, the evolutionary purpose of standing to pee. And I have some pretty strong cases for it, I think. I think about it, right? If you're peeing standing up, you're in a less vulnerable position. You're at a height where you could scan the savannah for giant cats that want to predate on you. Okay, when you stand up to pee, guys, you get a full 360 scope and swivel where you can see the whole savannah. Okay, you're a defender, you're a protector, you're there. If you're with your family, your little children, your little cave children, and your little cave wife, okay, you can look all over the place and protect them with your big club. But if you're squatting, your vision is obscured. You're hidden. And not only that, but you're immobile. I can't get ready to run. I got my pants I got my loincloth around my ankles. It's gonna trip me up if I try and run. But if I'm standing to pee, all I have to do is flop my caveman penis out and pee on a tree or a bush or whatever. It's the optimal thing to do as a man. I just think I have some toxic masculinity traits, and this is one of them. I just don't think men should sit when they pee. I really think it's beneath us, guys. I don't think you should sit when you pee. It really is the most toxic opinion I have. Savannah? Yeah, exactly. The Savannah, dude. Where's the Savannah in Canada? I'm talking about my ancestors. Where we came from, our lineages. When we were being eaten by big fucking cats. I'm saying it's an evolutionary adaptation to stand and pee. It is beneath us. That's why you need to sit. If it wasn't beneath you, you would just stand. If you stand, it's beneath you. You need to stand, guys. Don't listen to this sitting propaganda, all right? He's trying to sway you to the dark side. It's not. Don't listen to him. Jadder doesn't know what he's talking about. Stand when you piss, boys. Stand proud, okay? With your chest up and your penis down, hopefully, and not in one direction. He'd be standing and pooping. I squat on my toilet Chinese style with my heels pressed firmly into the seat for stability. The optimal the optimal bowel movement position. I knew a guy who gargoyled on a toilet. It's insane, dude. I don't have the fucking dorsiflexion for that. My ankles would like very awkward to walk in on. Yeah, man. He probably looked like one of those fucking like toilet trained cats. Insane visual. Why'd you walk in on him anyways? Why are you walking around dudes in the toilet? Was this like a guy you dated? And for some reason, only pickles land in the toilet. Yeah, you had a fucking toilet gargoyle as a boyfriend? Fascinating. Guys, I gotta wrap up pretty soon. I think it's time. At least for today. Man was 6'5", so imagine the leg length. Damn, bro. He's got suboptimal squatting like leverages, and he's still squatting on a toilet. That's kind of impressive. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of impressive. Was this like a habit for him, or was it just like a one-time thing? I'll let you answer this question, and then we're gonna rate out. We're gonna go right into Virusi. I want everybody to go in there. When you go in there, I want you to say, hi, Virusi. Snack raid, hi, Virusi. She'll love it, trust me. He would do it most times. So more often than not. The fucking psycho. Her name's not Virusi, by the way. It's Virus V, but I call her Virusi. It's just the right thing to do. I feel like I'll get banned if I do that. Don't worry. She'll know I made you do it. I promise you she'll know I made you do it. She can take it. She's a good sport. I'll answer any questions you got. I am curious about your shitting boy. But we'll save that for tomorrow, alright guys? I'm going to take off for today. I will catch you all tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're not in the Discord, if you want live notifications, if you know the deal, get in there. You can get live notifications. You can get critiques from me on stream, all that good shit. Alright, see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.